Evening. Today I'm at my sheep farm in St. Ann and we come to have a look at some of the sheep. We had a problem here with some dogs. A dog dig underneath the fence and bite up some of the rams. We actually lose 3 rams last week. So we come to take a look at the injuries and look at some of the animals here. This is Ashley.
Yes.
She's a case student. She's here on internship. So she's doing internship on my farm here in St. Anne's. So Ashley wanted us to show us some things. I don't know. I wanted you to see, I saw Ashley restrain a sheep the other day and I was so impressed because I don't know how to restrain a sheep. But Ashley is going to demonstrate how you restrain a sheep when you're going to check on the animals. She has an injured hand, so she's not so good at it now, but she's going to try and show us how to restrain a sheep. Try a small.
Okay, so normally when I restrain an animal, we restrain for different, things. If you're going to administer injectable medication, or if you're going to do some oral medication, or even just to check the animals, right? So you have, when you're restraining sheep, there's 2 major ones. So you have one called tipping, and you also have one called the straddle restraint, right? So, the tipping, or let's just do the straddle restraint first because that's the more easier one. So normally, relax. So you hold the animal
under the neck like that.
So you hold up the animal chin here under the neck like this.
Right.
And then you go over the animal. You want to ensure that your foot is not too much into the animal belly, and you're not squeeze him too much. So you hold the animal like this, and the other person might come around and check the animal, administer any kind of medication.
So we could come and probably looking at the foot, see what is happening here.
Yes.
Or check, or if you have to administer medication, she could come open. We could check the bite. So she's going to open and check the bite of the animal. We can count the teeth.
Yes.
And
check
look,
the animal age.
You can check the animal age by looking at the teeth. If you look, this is all baby teeth in this one mouth. Am I correct?
Yes, you're correct.
Yes, this is all baby teeth, so you know that this animal is under 1 year old.
That's
so
correct.
It's not a mature animal. Right.
Yes,
so this doling is probably about maybe 9 months or something because all the baby teeth are there in the mouth. But we are not seeing any mature teeth. So she's under 1 year old. And an animal that is under 1 year old, and not an animal, a sheep that is under 1 year old, you call it a lamb. So this is called a lamb. So you're going to demonstrate the other method to us.
Alright, so relax. Alright, the other method is called tipping or rumping an animal.
So that's tipping or rumping an animal. What is the rump of the animal?
Right, so the rump of the animal is around this section here, so
this rear part
yes,
is called the rump of the animal.
Right? So
there's a reason why it's called rumping the animal.
Yes, because you're going to restrain the animal and put the animal on its rump.
Okay. So that's the reason for calling it this. And one of the things that I must say to you, this animal is a small animal, but this is very important, especially when you're handling the larger animals. Because sheep and goat, when they get very big, they are very, very strong, especially the rams, and they are very hard to handle. But this is Ashley handling them. She's an expert at doing this.
Alright, so there's a lot of ways to do this. Everybody does it a different way. However, the most common way you can do it is you hold the animal like this and you reach for the farthest leg behind, like this. Take your time. Relax. And you hold the animal like this. So you ensure that your foot is here. You give the animal back some support. So you don't want the animal back to, bending like this. So you try to give the animal back some form of support. And this is just one way to do the tipping technique. So when I do this technique, you can come shear.
Right.
You can actually.
This is how they shear the sheep, especially because when you have the sheep in this position, he's harmless, and this is one of the ways that they usually shear sheep. Very, very useful way. Yeah, go ahead, Ashley.
Okay, so you look
maybe if you're treating an infection somewhere,
yes.
Look here, Ashley. There's a little infection.
Going on here?
Yeah, see there? Now we have found a little small infection happening right here. So this is a good method of inspecting the animals because now we just saw an infection right in between the leg.
So we have to take a
and that's on the two sides. Look here. Like a bruising happening right there.
So we'll have to take a look at that. Yeah, so that is a way to do it. Also,
there's a third way now.
there's a third way, but however, as I said, with the tipping method, a lot of persons do it differently. So the other way, normally you do this way when you're handling the smaller animals or even the big animals. You can actually do this way. So you ensure that your left knee or your left foot is right at the rear end of the animal, and your right foot is actually, here. You hold the animal like this. Relax. You carry the animal head away from you like this. So, alright, wait.
I think you need to fix yourself good, Ashley.
Yeah.
Let's go again.
Relax, relax. Alright, so you have your foot like this. So, so your left foot. Your left foot is right here. And your right foot is basically at the rear end of the animal. Now, you turn the animal's head away from you. So you'll be like this. When you do this, you're supposed to feel some form of pressure on your foot. You're actually going to feel the animal resting on your foot, right? So you can put a little bit more pressure. The animal is supposed to fall on its rear end. And you hold the animal like this. So you can basically get the animal in the same position. However, it's a different way to do it.
Right, very, very, very nice, Ashley. I think we have the concept of what you're showing us.
Yes.
So this is one of the ways when you're inspecting the animals, checking the animals for injuries and so forth.
Doing any husbandry practice.
Any husbandry practices. Cutting the wolf.
All that.
Yeah, you can cut the wolf like this. You can shear the animal. You can check for, external parasites. Many different things you can do when you're doing these methods. And people, I do not know how to do any of this. I've never done this before. So we'll thank Ashley for showing us this. Ashley, is there anything else you want to show us today?
Well, since recently, as I said, that we had some attack on the animals. Well, it's a ram up there.
Right.
We have to,
let us go and have a look at these rams here now.
Okay.
You see Ashley sweat. It's a lot of work. So, she's young enough so she can handle these things. And you see she's very strong. So let's take a look at the ram pen now, and we're going to see what's happening there.
Okay.
Cut up some grass. The chaff cutter is over there. Sometimes we let them forage in the bushes over there. I don't know, there's some lands over there that we use sometimes, and they forage and eat down the bush sometimes. And we use our chaff cutter and cut up some of the forages at times. So let's have a look now at the ram pen. We lost some animals there because of the dogs. What happened is that one night, about probably 2 o'clock in the morning, the dogs dug a hole under the fence right here and went inside the ram pen, and they killed 2, died that night. They tear them up, and the rest of them got bite up. So we're going to come and have a look now at some of the injuries and what happened. This happened a week ago.
Yes, exactly a week.
So 3 of the rams got badly injured, and all the rest of them got bite up. And if you look at the feet, you can go close to them and you look at some of the feet. We are now dressing the animals and taking care of them. They have bite up all over. Look at the side of the legs, under the throat. If you look in the neck area, under the throat, the ears, they bite up the ears. Look here.
And especially the neck.
Especially the neck, all the neck areas were badly bitten up. Look here.
The foot, like everywhere.
All the foot, the entire body got bit up. So, we have to be treating this. We have to watch out for the maggots and the fly strikes. We give them antibiotic, and we are here trying to see if they can survive. Also, they have lost a lot of weight.
afraid.
Yeah, they lose a tremendous amount of weight because they stop eating. And so we have lost 3 of these male sheep. 2 of them were very huge sheep, you know, and we lost them. So, you know, dog predation is a very serious thing. And, you know, I have known of farmers that lose, you know, 30. There's a farmer I know, he lost 32 sheep one night and the rest of them got bite up. At certain time of the year, I understand that dogs go together and go in packs and hunt all over the place and damage animals everywhere. Badly. It's a real problem in Jamaica, and in the St. Ann Trelawney area there are a lot of wild dogs in the bushes all around, and these dogs go around the place and really slaughter a lot of animals, even attacking cows. And it is really not a good idea in this area, St. Ann, Trelawney, to graze animals anymore. I mean, even down in the Golden Spring area, up in those mountains, I'm aware of a farmer who a pack of dogs went down there and killed a lot of their animals. And these dogs will do it right in front of your face. And there's almost nothing you can do about it when they attack your herd. That is the problem. That farmer in Stony Hill, he actually had a gun. And when he fired the gun, the dogs didn't move. They just did what they had to do. But when you're firing, the sheep are in the herd and the dogs are in the herd, so you can't control what's happening because you might shoot the sheep them. So you can't do anything about it when you get these attacks. It's very difficult to manage your farm. So that is one of the reasons why it is better to do intensive farming and cut and carry feeding to your animals. Ashley, anything?
Well, you know, over the past week, we ensure that the animals get antibiotic. Of course, we give the bigger animals more, smaller animals less. You know, we treat the wounds, we inspect the wounds because we have to check for maggots. You know, just an overall view of the wound so that we ensure that there's no more breakouts or the animal is getting better, because that's our goal. At the end of the day, the animal gets better. So over the past week, we spray with Ectoline, we administer Oxyvet 200 LA to the animals. You know, we watch the animals, so we see if the animal is eating, if the animals are not eating. And when they just got attacked, they weren't eating at all, they isolated themselves. And we have to look out for signs like those, because signs like those will tell us, all right, what we need to do. Do we need to actually, you know, put more care into taking care of the animals, or do we need to, you know, basically what we need to do. So, you know, we watch all of that, how they eat and everything. We try to inspect the wound on a daily basis, because, you know, we might spray the wound today, administer some wound powder, and tomorrow we come, fly, you know.
All right, let us take a look at which is the worst animal here.
This one.
All right, you want to hold him, let us look at some of the wounds. You can manage him, right? Hold him and make we want to see the wounds. Actually just show us the different wounds. So we're going to take a closer look now at some of the wounds that the animal. You notice he's very aggressive to eat now. He wasn't like this, you know, when he got bite up. Come and look around here.
All right, so this one is the worst of everybody here.
This animal got bit up the worst.
Yes.
So they cut his throat.
Basically. So when it just happened, a lot of maggots, blood, everything. But now you can see it's actually healing. And we actually sprayed it like a couple minutes ago. It's actually healing. And
where else is there bites?
Over here.
This side, yes. Bites on this side. So it's mainly his neck, his feet.
Yes.
And one of the things is that the larger animals, the bigger sheep, those are the ones that died first. Because what happens when you have a dog attack, usually the more dominant animals fight the most. They will fight, and you know, I have known of instances where a sheep will damage dogs, you know. So the bigger animals always fight the most. So you can see the legs, all the legs are bitten up.
Yes.
Look at the back of the legs. Everywhere is bitten up. Bite up everywhere. But he will survive.
He will survive, yes.
Yes.
And this one,
the neck, look at the neck.
The neck, the 2 foot at the front.
2 feet, everything bite up. Alright, so we have to pay attention and make sure you secure the pen properly at all times, because dogs is a real problem. And sometimes you will have a dog that is okay. And at a certain time of the year, I don't know if it's breeding season or what happens, and the dogs just naturally start become a predator and attack the dog and attack the animals. So we have to be, be aware of that. This is a young ram that we. Okay, ready again. Look at how he stands up. Look at that stand. Wow. That's a Catardin ram. He looks so beautiful there. The way he stand up at attention. Now what is he doing? He's standing there, looking around like he wants to attack you. One of the things you must always remember is anytime you see a sheep look up like that, if he starts to reverse and start to walk backwards, then watch out, he's going to buck you. Once he starts, if you see he's coming forward like this, he's not going to trouble you. But if he starts to reverse, and you must never turn your back to an animal, especially a ram sheep. Never ever turn your back to a ram sheep, because they will charge you and buck you on your foot and break your foot. I've known of quite a few people who have gotten bucked from ram sheep, including myself. Very dangerous animal. But look at that animal. He's so beautiful the way he's posing for us in this position. So he is a Catardin sheep. Nice young Catardin sheep. He was just weaned off recently. Now, I wanted to show, this is another young ram. He has grown so fast, Ashley.
Yes, very fast though.
Very, very fast. But what we wanted to highlight here now is sometimes the tag. When we
incorrectly place the tag, this was a case whereby the vein, is like the tag was placed on the vein burst, and fly, maggot, everything started to take the ears. So we had to treat it, So when we have to be careful when we're doing ear tagging.
So when you are doing the ear tagging, you have to be careful and make sure you do it in the right place.
Yes.
Because what she's saying is that when they did the ear tagging, it pierced the vein and no attention was paid. It burst the vein, and this was the results of the ears. Infection, problems, and then this is the results of the ears. Very lovely ram sheep, but his ears got damaged like this. So how long ago? This just healed up here now?
It healed like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago?
Yes.
Okay. So ear tags can be a problem, and you can see infections, happening with the ear tag. So whenever you ear tag your animals, always check it and keep checking it and spray some Ectaline on it.
Or even
iodine as well. Some iodine. Yeah, you can use iodine to stop infection. It's very important. All right. So Ashley, thank you so much for showing us the sheep this evening. Yes. And as usual, I want you to continue to subscribe to my channel. We're always bringing good content to you, and we want you to learn everything there is in goat farming and sheep farming. Thank you. Big up. Have no ram sheep to get them pregnant.